young voice, personal experience,
and real talk.
This is
Uncommon View. Yo. What's happening? This is Uncommon View Podcast. I'm your host, Jay.
I'm your co-host, Marcus.
And we here again. I'm feeling pretty good today, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. It's just a nice day outside.
Like last time when it was what?
It was drowsy.
That little last episode, that was just.
I don't know what that was. I just felt so tired. I feel energized. I got some sleep, got some vitamins in my system.
A lot of that. And when I heard it, I was like, damn. I was like, come on, we gotta get more life, man. We gotta get
more life into it.
So yeah, we here. We're finally here with episode. Well, it's funny because when we talk like off the podcast,
off the air,
we be like, all right, we ain't gonna say this. We gonna introduce it like this, and then we get on here, and then it's like that's out. What we just talked about is out the window. But that's what happens when you just in the moment and you just going with it.
Hey man, it happens. Hey, it happens to the best of everybody. So
man.
Yeah.
That's
what makes the show unique. So
that's what makes it unique, and just got that Kanye syndrome. You never know what Kanye's gonna say when he up in the building. Kanye done say some things that's like out left south. What I'm saying, things that don't you know when Kanye is talking about something, and like the George Bush don't care about black people.
Yeah,
they had a legit.
They cut.
What's it called? Teleprompter of what he was supposed to say, because he's right there next with Mike Myers, and he just freestyled that and just did his own little thing.
Right.
Man,
I'll never forget that.
Shout out to Kanye,
the greatest.
But this is Uncommon View Podcast, and let's get into it. That's how we do every podcast. I like to catch up with Marcus, see what he been up to. What's good with Marcus? What's life like, man?
Life is good. I'm not. Me. I don't complain much. I'm happy to be alive and breathing. God woke me up for another day.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
School. Oh yeah, thank you, Jesus.
The little girl
from the Kanye's new album.
Exactly.
We don't want the Lord. But yeah, everything's good so far. I've had a good work week. I got a lot of work done, a lot of schoolwork done. Yeah, and I feel good. I had this project for one of my classes where I had to draw the map of Africa. And my teacher, he didn't specify what type of paper we should use or whatever. So I have a friend who's an architect major. And I know architect majors, they tend to use a lot of tracing paper to trace over their blueprints. So I asked him for a sheet of tracing paper, and, all I did was got some trace paper from him, got a map of Africa, a political map of Africa. Traced over it, filled it in, turned it in today. And it was so funny because, like, my professor, he was collecting them, and he got the mine. And excuse my French when I'm about to say this, but he collected mine. He's like, what type of soft shit is this?
He said that?
He really said that in front of the whole class.
Is he foreign?
He's African. He's African.
Yo, they don't hold it back. Like, they'll let you know what it is right then and there.
I mean, he didn't say no. He wasn't saying like it was bad, but he was like, dang, like this type of paper. Like, he legit said, what type of S is this? And I was like, dang, like I was laughing. The whole class was laughing. I'm like, yo, low key, I feel like he tried to play me, but it's cool, I just, like I said to him, I said, you ain't say what type of paper to use. You just said draw it. I got it done, homie. So I want my 10 points. And if not, I'm gonna report you to the dean.
I be feeling like that sometimes. Like, you know what? You gave me a grade I did not deserve, and I know some stuff about. I'm not gonna say about all professors and all this and that, but I know stuff, so if you try to play me, it's going you don't want to play me. But you know what? I believe in karma, so that's not good. This year,
karma is real. Karma is real,
karma
man.
Is realer than a mother. Like, that's why I'm so on the edge with every little thing that I do, whether it's
I know how you feel.
Big, like positive or negative. Like, when I want to retaliate and respond to something that I shouldn't respond to,
right.
I'm like, you know what? They just gonna get this. When people just do some crazy wild stuff, when it's directed towards me, I swear I'd be like on edge to really want to just do what I know I can do. I'd be like, yo, just let it slide, and they gonna be walking across that street, and they gonna trip. No, that's not good, but they going. It's gonna come.
It'll come back around,
It's gonna come back.
And for those who don't know what karma is basically what goes around comes around.
basically.
Big full circle. So, yeah. Yeah, and that's why, I feel the same way. I'm kind of cautious in, like, what I choose to do and whatnot. Because I firmly believe karma is real.
Karma is, that's why that's why I make sure no matter what I do, I'm a positive person. I'm a great person. I go out of my way for people because it's like whenever I need you, it's like I want to be able to just have that same thing to jump off of each other. Like, yo, when I need you, you might need me. It's just whatever. It's just I like to just keep myself and the just energy free, energy positive, energy just. It's just I'm all about just the great
positivity.
Vibes. It's just
good vibes, man.
That's
good
all
vibes.
I'm about. But yeah, for me, I'm a busy person. Like I always say, I got like a lot of stuff up my sleeve. Trying to work on things, produce more content. I'm just counting down to graduation. I'm so ready, man.
Man, I'm happy for you, man. I'm trying to get there too. Give me another year.
What you got, like another year? Yeah, another year, right?
Another year.
You gonna be right
that's
there,
That's why I tell everybody. Like people be like asking me. Like my friend said, like, yo, how's school going? Like he's like, I rarely see you anymore. And I'm like, nah, man. Junior year ain't no joke. Like I'm in these books.
I'm in these books.
Cause like me and my mom had a conversation. She was like, yeah, I know you're doing you're trying your best in school, but I just feel like you're doing mediocre, and that's not you. So I was like, yeah, you're right. So this semester, let me like try to really sit down and like really pinpoint my work and like get this out the way. Like
I knew I tried to take majority of the classes I knew that I was going to struggle in because I didn't want the last couple of months before I graduate to be with stress and just going crazy because
right.
I'm not a math person. I'm not a science.
I can't stand math.
Chemistry, all that other crazy little stuff. I'm okay with history. I think with me, it's really taking the time out to sit down and legit read things. See, I'm okay. It's when I'm forced to do these reading assignments or do these little researches, it's like I'm not able to really take it in as much because it's just me as a person, just period. If I'm forced to do something I don't want to do, it's like my body is like it can't hold on to that information long, or it's just it's weird. I don't know if it's just me or what, but I can't. It's hard to really sit there and really be interested in stuff like that. So I made sure the first couple of semesters, was I got all the hard stuff out the way. And then now I'm just doing straight core classes. I'm in a class where I'm just getting ready to put out my documentary, developing that whole little stuff, and then just doing internships at, production studios and just getting my stuff together. So once I graduate and cross that stage, I got a good resume and I'm out here to really go into this world.
Your graduation is definitely gonna be lit.
Man, what? We in the process of trying to figure out the location because I'm trying to have a graduation / birthday combination.
All right, because your birthday is around that time.
Yeah, it's in June. The end of June, but the graduation
is the end of May.
And I didn't want to have something to where I'm having all of the family and friends come out
more
for
than once.
Graduation and then come right back out for because before I went to college, I had a graduation / birthday kind of thing. So it's an annual kind of thing. And this is gonna be the last one because I was real iffy on if I wanted to do a grad school.
Hey, I understand that. If anything, you do grad school when you're ready. That's how I look at it.
When you're ready, I'm ready to be done with school. The word school. That's why, when because it's since December. Because for so long, people would always say, "Do you got a plan? What you doing? What's happening? Are you going to grad school? Are you applying?" And I look at it well, I don't want to go back to school. I think school is a great thing for people. But sometimes it's really, for me, I think that going to school, if anything, it would just enhance my abilities of really becoming a teacher in the future. And I don't see that for me. That's the only thing that getting a master's would really help me in the future is to show that I can teach. And I don't care to really teach because I'm not trying to go really into that field.
Right.
So I mean that is what it is. I'm currently figuring all this out right now as we go. I do have little things, opportunities I can get into, but I think it's important to just line up your stuff and see your options and weigh your options out and just really figure out what's good, what you got, what's popping. So that's what's happening. Do you want to go to grad? Are you even at that point where you're trying to figure out if you want to go to grad school?
I've had that conversation with my mom, and like the way I've concluded, yeah, I do want to go to grad school, but at the same time, I want to like get settled with my career and like everything
You gotta
else
be careful too
with my adulthood.
Because people, once they get out, they get comfortable and then they don't want to go
Don't
back.
nev- don't
That's
never
why
go back.
I was like, if I'm going to go to school now, I'm going to get it out the way now instead of just getting real comfortable.
Yeah, because people tend to do grad school like right after they graduate, but I was just like, let me at least get comfortable. Because I feel like me going to grad school as soon as I graduate still puts my mom in like a financial vice, and that's what I don't want to do. That's why I said I want to like make sure I'm set and acquainted with my adulthood. I got my steady income, and I take that stress off my mom. I can do this by myself,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people just have different, scenario situations, and whatever works out for you might not work out for the other person.
Right.
But that might, it all
varies.
It all varies. So, yeah, I mean,
Hey man.
That's I mean, but at least we getting it done.
Hey, right, exactly. Nah, man, shout out to you. At least you getting it done. Like you getting ready to graduate, That many of us black men out here that tend to graduate.
And it was not an easy. A lot of people may look at other people like, oh, you're up here, you're doing things, you finally, oh, you're working on videos and you're in school and this and that. Like, it was not easy getting to where I'm at right now.
Right.
Like, a lot of people, they don't know the legit struggle of getting from point A to Z, like, and it comes in time. You just gotta work with what you have and build up from that point on, and just make the right decisions, and everything will lead up to where it's supposed to be.
Completely understandable.
So, but I mean, at least we doing what we supposed to do.
Exactly. It's only right.
Cause it's people. Cause it's legit. It's people like back at home who, like, I went to school with, and they're not doing nothing. Like, nothing. They just posted up in the street, so just whatever. And I think if anything, it's important for people to have that. I'm not even gonna say, well, yeah, male figure, but just a figure to help guide them on the right track to where they want to be. That plays a huge role, but as well, having just the hunger to really go out there and want more for your future plays, it's 50-50.
Right.
It accommodates the other and makes it become a whole. It's like there's people out there who just, they don't really care about their future right there. And then they're just like, I'm going to get it how I live it. It's just going to be what it is. And in 5 years, maybe I'll look into whatever. 5 years comes so fast. Like, life moves so fast. So it's just like, when you have an opportunity, and it's just take it when it's there. Like, that's just what that is with that.
Right.
So
completely understandable.
Man, that's so what's up?
Shoot. I was just thinking, like, we're having all this talks about college and graduation, I don't think for our listeners who are like not really in college or don't aren't familiar with the away from home college life, like, let me tell you now, like, it's no easy. Like, you see what I'm wearing now. Sweatpants, comfortable clothing. Well, I beg to differ because I don't know. I feel like I can touch upon a bunch of stuff in reference to college right now. Let me see. Where can I start? Should I start with like the attire?
All right. So, do you think what you want to be able to allow people to get a good definition of how to? Well, if you're trying to give people a good definition on how to dress for school, it could vary. It varies where you're at. Cause some people,
I wouldn't say I'm giving somebody a good definition on how to dress. I'm just telling them, like, how can I say this?
Because a lot of people, it's people who dress every single day. Because with us being on campus, attending Morgan State University, every day for some people is a fashion show.
Man, what?
It's a fashion show for so many people, and I'm like, yo, I'm not. There's girls out there that look good. They
Right.
look bad, but they walking around and
Mini skirts.
30 below weather
With mini
with crop
skirts.
tops and what's it called, thigh high boots or whatever.
Yeah.
Looking like they about to
Yo,
perform
there
on
was like
stage.
there was one girl who was literally dressed in those type of boots in my class today. She was kind of flirting with me, but I was like, yeah, you gotta chill.
What if she was just looking at like?
She's like, you was trying to play me. I'm like, yo, shut up. Like,
But I mean, I just think that it's just that's crazy. It's like people. I think a lot of people care about how they want to be perceived in the other light.
Right.
I guess from the other reflection, they just want to be able to give off what they're just. So if they're dressed up as looking like somebody who's on point like they about to perform at a Beyonce show.
they want
They want people to know that, yeah, I'm that HBIC. I'm that, yeah, I look nice. But, like, I just be looking like, yo, you cute. But, like, when we go out, don't be asking to wear my coat because you decided to want to.
Yeah, like I'm not about to pay the price for your stupidity.
Look, you.
My freshman year in college, I did that once. I would never ever do that again. This what happened. Like this girl, she came outside. It was because it was warm during the day, but I was like, I was like, that's pneumonia weather, so let me bring a jacket just in case. So this
See,
one
guys,
girl,
we be smart.
I'm
We
smart with
already
it.
know.
And then this one girl, she came out. She had like she had her arms all out. I was at work. She getting ready to leave. I know her. Whatever. Like she's a good friend of mine. She flirts with me here and there. This is my freshman year. This is not now. He's like, oh my God, it's so cold outside. Can I borrow your jacket? And I was like, where's your jacket? She was like, I left it. I was like, so you didn't check the weather? He's like, no. I was like, so can I borrow your jacket? So I was like, let me get this right. So you want me to leave work cold because I'm paying the price for your stupidity of not leaving without a jacket today. But me, I was a sucker my freshman year, so I still gave her the jacket.
We all got those.
And then I walked back to my room so cold. I walked in, my roommate was like, what the hell happened? He's like, what the heck happened to you? Somebody took your jacket? I was like, man, it's a long story.
and do you still talk to her to this day?
I haven't talked to that chick in God knows how long.
I hope that jacket changed her life.
No, she didn't keep it. I went back. Oh, no, she didn't keep it. After I got off work. Because look, my roommate's best friend, he lived in the dorm she lived in, so it was a co-ed dorm. And I was like, yeah, she texted me, told me to come to her room and get it. She's like, all right, I'm about to come with you. So his name was Sean. Sean was like, no, nigga. He's about to go over there by himself and get it. Because I think everybody was getting the impression that she wanted me to come to her room. Because she had a room by herself. So it was like, oh. So he gave me his key card. I said,
I want to get freaky with you. It was like that.
Yeah, that's what everybody was under the impression. But me, I took Sean's card, went in there, got my jacket and left. I did not stay for that chick. That chick was kind of.
She was crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a little,
For some reason,
I
I can't.
relate
I
to
can't
that.
go for the crazy ones for some reason.
I always end up falling for the low key crazy ones, and I don't even be knowing.
I just said the other day. I said I think you like the ratchets.
I like the ratchet.
Yeah, I said I think so.
It's a special place in my heart for the ratchets.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with ratchets. I like my fair share of ratchets too.
But the ratchets low key be the real like one that just be like, I just want love. I'm tired of being.
I ain't trying to hit that.
But you know what? I never really had talked to like a ratchet. Have I? I might have. I don't know. Maybe once. One of them was. But regardless, I be falling for the ones that's like low key, like quiet, reserved, and then when you find out, once you ease your way in there,
Then you find out
like,
how crazy
hey,
they
I'm
are.
crazy. You didn't know, didn't you? Gotcha, got him. And like I'll be like, oh, I done found another one.
Hey, there's a bunch of those on campus, man.
Oh, what? Say what? They just be coming off like so like angels, just like, hey,
I'm this,
I
I'm
just
that.
fell from heaven.
I do
You know
this,
how
that,
to
and the
find me
third.
back.
You know, I'm like, yeah, okay, shut up. I ain't trying to hear that.
Low key, they be like with twisting heads and stuff. What is like a deal breaker when like you're in the middle of talking to a girl and like you're like, okay, this might be something, or what's that one that makes it become like a straight deal breaker for you?
For me, I would definitely have to say that the deal breaker would probably be for me. I'm a complex person. I'm not the easiest person to deal with, so I got like a list of things. But one of the things I can say is probably be like this chick talks about her ex. Like if you have one mention of your ex to me, I'm like, yo, like what? I don't care. I'm
That's
not him.
a turn off for you if they talk about that.
Cause like to me, I'm not one to like really try to go for somebody that's like still has feelings or still feels some type of way about their past relationship. You know, it's in the
I've
past.
messed up. I've done that once.
I've never done that, and I'm just like,
don't do it.
I'm like, yo, like what the heck? Like this supposed to be something new. That's in the past. Why are you still like thinking about that? Like here's a fresh start. Like don't let that hinder you. So for me, it's kind of like. And for me, it's like I'm real particular. Like you still I don't care who your ex was, how great he was. You still text your ex? Nah, that's a deal breaker for me. Cause I don't text my
best
ex.
friend. They always use.
I hate that.
Best friend.
I hate that line. I'm like, oh yeah, that's your best friend. Well, y'all two go be best friends. I'll catch you some other time. All right. You can leave it like that. People will really tell you that's me. Like, cause I've been in situations before where it was like I was like try to be involved with somebody, but they were still like stuck on their ex, and lo and behold, that wasn't healthy for anybody because it was just like, dang, I'm going through all this, and like you're not even my girl, yet you out here doing this. I'm out here not doing this, and it's like, dang, like you still got the nerve to mess around with your ex. I'm just like, yo, that's freaking crazy, son.
Be playing both sides.
Right, play both sides of the team. So it was just like, oh, for real. So once I had that epiphany, and like I was like, okay, well, I'm not a spiteful person. I've never been a vengeful or spiteful person. So I was like, oh, well, I wish you the best. Keep it moving and leave it at that.
I know how you feel. I know I've experienced some of those, but you know what? I think it's just honesty. A lot of people don't know how to be
policy.
Honest with each other, and that can really be the death of what you're trying to build with the person. And a lot of people too, they try to like force things into. They might see a lot of relationships going on. All their friends might be in a relationship,
right? And that might influence them.
TV. It's like, oh, I watch Love and Hip Hop, and so and so just got to jail and they're together. It's so cute. I want goals. I hate that, by the way.
I hate that.
But
it's like, I hate that.
It's like you have to work on your own time. A lot of people try to
rush things
and rush it, and it's just like, just let it work when it's going to work. And that's where I'm at now. Like, I mean, I'm in I don't brag about the relationships I'm in or anything, or try to promote it or just whatever. It's just like, if it's going to be what it's going to be, or it's going to be what it's going to be. Point blank.
Right.
Period.
If it's meant to be, it'll
I'm
happen.
not going to rush anything, especially for me. I usually when I try to like get something working, and I'm looking and trying to like really talk to different girls and stuff, like it never works out because it's like you're trying to make it happen. And all the relationships, like the different relationships I had.
Mm-hmm.
It happened because it was not planned. It just happened out of nowhere.
Right.
And it's like, once you just gotta live your life, do you, and things will work out when the time is right. I feel like we just talked about something, just timing, and earlier in the podcast, didn't we say something about timing? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was
but
the last
it's
one.
just point blank period. That's what life is all about, just timing.
God's
overall.
timing is that.
But no, when they say relationship goals, it could be a picture of Beyonce and Jay-Z at a courtside, and she could be on her phone, and Jay-Z might have his arm over her, just smiling, looking at LeBron do a slam dunk. And like, people will take that screenshot and put it on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and be like, oh, relationship goals, hashtag relationship goals. And like that, like,
you never been to a basketball game?
You don't know what people are going on in their relationships. Not saying that Jay-Z would be beating Beyonce or anything, or just any other relationship picture that people post, but you could sit here and say, oh, relationship goals, oh, I love them together, or oh, I want that. You don't know what they're going through. That man could be beating her ass. Like, you don't know what anybody is going through. You just don't know. So I think people...
You're just going off of hindsight.
People just be so dumb. They could just, man. That's something you can go on for days with. It's just women. They just
Women are in particular.
yo. It was this dude I follow. I went to school with him in the past, and he's another story. But he posted some picture of these art. It was an artist. I think it was Remy Ma. This rapper named Papoose, which is her husband.
Yeah, I heard of
You know,
Papoose.
Papoose. Yandy and her husband, Mandisi. They're big on the VH1 Love and Hip Hop show. So he posted a picture of them talking about some one day relationship goals. I never wanted to unfollow somebody so fast on my page because it's just like and people, they idolize some of the craziest things. Now I'm not trying to throw any like a diss or a jab at them or anything, but it's just like people just that alone, they just get anything and just want to say, oh, I want to be like that, or you don't know anybody's relationship. Just get your stuff together and let your goals be to stack your bread up. Get this money. Build your career. Stop running around and reproducing all these kids and stuff. But you know what? Let me drink this water. Come on, water. But
Oh, man. Yeah, that's just how social media works for some people, you know?
What's the qualities that you look in different girls? In a relationship, I guess you could say.
Honesty, man. I know they say the truth hurts, but if you just honest with me from the jump, like, it makes me respect you more.
Like,
and I can't get mad at you. The way I look at it.
So if she came to you, she was like the something that fell from heaven, right? Fell from the sky. She's like, where have you been all my life? She's like, I slept with over 50 people, but I've been saved.
And I'm here with the fuck no, baby.
Oh, so is that like a deal breaker for you? If she,
I mean, I can't get
her body count is like crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily. Well, yeah, it is a deal breaker because it's like, yeah, I can't get mad at you because like what you did in the past is what you did in the past, but at the same time, that's like me walking around like with like 50 dudes on campus, like, oh, yes, you now? Man, I spanked that last night, or don't kiss her in the mouth, like, you know.
What if like, all right, so what if you was talking to this girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was talking for about 6 months.
6 months, all right.
And you really got hard feelings for her. She got hard feelings for you. Y'all in this like legit like I love you stage, right?
Oh, dang, that's early.
And she's like, well, I've been holding a secret.
Uh-oh. What's the
Don't
secret?
you know your friend Rodney?
Yeah.
Your best friend Rodney?
Nah, uh-huh.
We kind of hooked up when, 2 weeks before we met.
Dang.
Your best friend done hooked up with your girl, but sometimes, that when you think about it, that should be a somewhat of an issue because he should have said something.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So
Usually
like, why didn't he say nothing?
Bro, so say, all right, let's play it out as if he didn't really say nothing because he knew that you really loved her.
Nah, I wouldn't done that in 2 weeks, bro.
If he knew that you really loved her, he's like, I ain't gonna say nothing. He seemed like he really falling for this chick. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna let it slide. Would that be like a deal breaker? Will you end things off?
I wouldn't necessarily end things, but how I would look at it is like, oh well, so you want to how you hid this from me for 6 months, so I see. I kind of see. How can I say it? Okay, well, I'm
gonna go hibernate and write that new Bryson Tiller / Drake.
Man, what? Trap Soul 2 on the way, man.
Thing about to be fire. By Marcus, produced by Jay. All right.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily it'll be a deal breaker, but I probably like fall back a little bit and like kind of try to reevaluate things. And then once I reevaluate things, from there I'll just be like, what
would the relationship be between you and the Rodney person, the best friend?
I mean, I like pull up on him like, yo, like what's up? Like why you ain't tell me, this, that, and the third? And I can't get mad at him because like he doing what a guy do. Like if he didn't smash, I'm like, yo, this dude gay.
All right, I wouldn't get mad at the fact that it happened at least 2 weeks before we even met.
Right. You can't get mad at that because that's out of your control.
Anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm
if
saying.
If you're my best friend and you didn't say anything from the jump, that's an issue.
Yeah, but given the circumstances you give, it was kind of like he was kind of like trying to keep your best interest at heart at the same time. But I understand that even though your best interests are not like that's still like your man's or your best friend, like he should still say something to you. But at the same, so it's like it's kind of like a standoff thing. Like he wanted, it's like the way I would look at it, like he wanted to tell you, but he didn't want to tell you because he kind of like, okay, this might happen if I tell you, but this will happen if I don't tell you. So it's kind of like he didn't know which side to go to, so he just stood in the middle.
No, he probably get. I don't think it would get physical, but like I'll be like real heated.
Yeah, I know. I'd be upset, but at the same, like I said,
know what the. And you just saying something.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like 6 months later, like dang.
It's just like y'all talking about. You know, it's crazy because people who will be in 6 months relationships, in relationships for 6 months, will already be in the process of like talking about kids and like.
I already know, man.
Like,
I already got a story.
Is that something that you really see for yourself, like in the future, like?
I wouldn't say see for myself, but it's like
marriage and kids.
Yeah, I know. I can see myself. I can definitely see myself getting married and having kids. You know, but the way I look at it, I want to like do all that. Like once I said earlier, once I'm like comfortable in adulthood, nice and acquainted with adulthood, and like just settled. That way, it's kind of like, cause I don't want to bring a kid into this world where it's like I don't have much to give him, because then that'd make me feel like I already failed as a parent.
Yeah.
So it's like if I bring a child into this world, like I want to have like the most to give him. Like, you know,
just want to make sure the situation,
a loving home, loving parents, family, you know, everything that a family should be, you know.
Yeah, like I understand that the same way. Like I'm someone who would really just make it go like the process has to be slow. I don't know, like I'ma really be like tongue tied and twisted and stuff. If somebody talking about, so I want to be married in like 2 years and have kids the next year, like,
well,
that's gonna make me
looking at that like
scare me. That's gonna
like I said, if a chick said this to me like now, I'd be like,
all right, say you're in a relationship you've been in a relationship for a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Next month is gonna make a year,
right?
And yesterday she was just talking about something. We've been in a relationship for a year. I love you, you love me. We're loyal to each other. Like, right the year after you graduate, I want to get married. And that following year, I want to have a kid.
I'm going to tell her, okay, that sounds good, but you might have to, like, push that back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, Police Academy, that's like 6 months right there.
Me. I said, ooh.
You got what I got. You got what I got. Some money coming in my pockets. Like I got to be comfortable. Like I can't do nothing for you. I'm like, we got both out here just graduated, broke. It's like I can't do nothing for you.
And that's why we got the government.
Nah, F that. And I'd be damned if I go to. I'd be damned if I'm a grown man. And I'd be damned if I'm a grown man going to my mom for help with my spouse and with her about to have my child. I'd be damned if I do that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a lot of people. A lot of people are comfortable with their situations. They get on. They stick with. It's people who live off of like government assistance. I'm not downplaying that, but they'll live off of it for how long they can, because you know those things are to help you really get up off your feet,
right? Get
things situated. So when
I'm not knocking those, not one bit.
But it's like people will be like, all right, well, let's just live this life for forever. And
for a little bit.
Let's just chill. And I just think that if anything, just prepare yourself to really take you to where you want to be in life. Make sure your stuff right, your career right. Like me, I just can't really see myself. And plus me, like, if I'm in a relationship, I don't want to really look into maybe marriage, maybe. But kids, on the other hand, no time soon.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, like at least let me get comfortable.
I'm not even talking about like 5 years, like maybe 10 years from this very point, because I take my career very serious, and I want to be able to like travel. People say, "Oh, you could travel with your kids." Huh?
Yeah,
it's
no.
like, I mean, like I grew up. Me and my mom been like sidekicks. My mom was like my best friend growing up, so I understand that feeling that a child can give you, and just that relationship you have with your child is like none other.
Right.
But I want to be in a place to where I can really be able to make moves and think about myself, and not have somebody else to worry about. Not worry about another mouth or whatever that I have to feed. Now, if something was to ever happen to where, like God forbid, I'm in a situation where I have to step up and really take care of, like, my sisters, for example. My little sister, she just turned 5 years old in January, and I have another one who turns 2 in July. If something was to happen and I had to step up to the plate, that's without a doubt, that's what's going to happen, and everything will work out and be fine. But if I have control over anything, like, that's not what's going to happen.
Right.
And a lot of people, they just be out here, it's real young, like, just getting out of their teens, just popping these kids out and just like, hey, And sometimes the parents be hindering them because they be like, oh, my baby having a baby, y'all good, y'all about to be real. It's like, no, I'm the type to, I don't ask people for nothing. It's like I make sure I save my own. It's just, I think I'm not going to say it's a pride, but it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't like to ask people for nothing because I don't like to depend on nobody.
Right. I can understand that completely.
Because I've been in situations where you sit there and you depend on somebody to come through and it just don't happen. So it's like, I'm the type that really like just back up and just be like, look, let me just find a way to get it on my own. Like, not no illegal crazy stuff, but just do it myself. So, but man, so if she came to you and was like, gave you an ultimatum, like, we have to get married within 2 years.
And then we gotta have a baby that following year.
Well, I don't even gotta have. Well.
Oh well, hold up. The 2 year, the 2 year thing, like without the baby.
That's marriage.
That's plausible. That's plausible.
You think it's possible?
For me, I think it's plausible. If like we talking like 2 years after I graduate, I should be, God willing, I should be settled in my career. So yeah.
Where do you stand with like prenups and stuff like that?
Yeesh.
Are you for it or are you against it?
Dang, that's a difficult one. Truth be told, my mentor in high school, and this is like what he told me, and I kind of believe it because like I feel like the way he describes his stories, like he was like me at a younger age, and it's like whenever I got something going on to him, I go to him for advice, and like he'll tell me to do this and that and third, and then when I end up doing it, it always works out in my favor. So I feel like me and him are kind of like the same people. Just I'm just young. I'm the younger him. He's the older me. But he told me, he said this in this exact words. I don't care how in love you are with the girl. Always sign a prenup. Because I think that's the same thing that happened to him. He got married because basically he didn't sign a prenup, and then now they're divorced. She took half his stuff, and he's on child support, and he's like, man, what the f? So. From that stance, it's kind of like, yeah, I love you, but if things do go left, you ain't taking my stuff,
You know
shawty.
what's crazy? A prenup can really destroy something before it's even done. Because it's like, when you think about prenups, it's kind of like you're considering the thought of not being with this person when you're marrying a person to be with them forever. So the fact that you're thinking about looking out for yourself,
I'm gonna do a survey.
A conflict.
I'm gonna do a survey one day. Like, I'm gonna ask somebody. Like, I'm gonna ask a lady. Like, how do you feel about prenups? I'm gonna make sure it's a day when I, like I'm nicely dressed.
I think women are definitely for prenups. I think. Well, if it's their money,
yeah, then yeah,
they're gonna be like, yeah, I want a prenup. But if they try and take his money or whatever, they probably like, what?
Like, I need that.
What does that mean? No, I think me, on the other hand, I'm definitely signing a prenup. Even though I feel like that might cause somewhat of a conflict. Just like I said before, it's kind of like considering the thought that like, hey, we're not going to be together when you're getting together to be together forever. And it's just overall. Now, you know what? Within prenups, because you can make it whatever's in the prenup, that's what's going to be the outcome. So I know for like one like Kim Kardashian and Kanye, even though they're on a complete never level, it's like she gets $1 million or a couple millions or something like that for every year they're married. So it's like
Dang.
certain things lined up. Like I know one
Yeah,
of the
one
other
became-
Kardashian sisters, she get like seats at the game for like how just it's whatever you put in there, you get there's little benefits here and there. So me, I would put whatever. Well, I feel like just completely, whatever you come into a relationship with, that should. Whatever you come into a relationship with, that see, I'm over here just getting distracted by a FaceTime call. That's probably my little sister.
Nah, that's funny.
I'm gonna call her back later. But what was I talking about? No, I didn't want this to happen. I was
Whatever.
making a point.
Whatever you come into the relationship with, that's the last thing you said.
Okay. Whenever you come into a relationship with, I feel like that should be yours. Like if you have a business, a hauling business where you go out and haul people, whatever stuff, trash, old cars, whatever, and you got that as a revenue, you started that up with yourself, and the other person didn't really have anything to do with that. Within your prenup, you should be able to say, I came in with this $5 million income company. This is mine. Whatever we make them do together, that can be whatever, that will determine who would get what or who would get the amount of half of whatever you're trying to do.
Right.
Get within in the process of getting a divorce. But yeah, prenups, it's just sometimes I be thinking about marriage and I be like, yeah, that's like something maybe in the future that's something possible, but then just I see so many people who get divorces and it's like, is it worth it? Like, is love like real? Like, do you believe in true what I'm saying is, do you believe in happily ever afters when it comes to the marriage point of view?
Yeah, I do, but at the same time, I keep it in retrospect that there's always a sequel to that happy ever after. Things might go left. Like it's one thing I've learned in my 21 years of life. I always keep it in retrospect. Like no matter how in love you are, things can always go left. I'll never forget. At one point, I was so in love, and I was just like, "Oh my God, like everything's gonna work out so fine."
That's how it was.
And then everything went left. So, but
I mean,
at the same time, it kind of shaped and molded me to let's try this again. It kind of shaped and molded me into who I am today. So
I think so many people really, it's just I've watched so many people come together with people I know personally, family, just who come together and it's like, this is love, this is marriage, this is yada yada, and then everybody legit have gotten divorced. And then not only within the people I know, but like outside the people I know, people that you just see in everyday life, it's always somebody getting a divorce. And it's like you get with a person to be with them for the rest of your life, and it's like, we're getting together for what? Just to find out we don't need to be together. And what a lot of people say is, because I know I've had conversations with my mom when we talk about stuff like this, and I know I've told her before in the past in regular conversations that I was like a little bit, I didn't believe in like true, like I believe in true love. I feel like I believe that you can love someone so much that it takes away all your energy. You love them more than you love yourself. I believe in that sometimes, which is not good. But I don't believe in like happily ever after. It's like everything, it's like eventually something is going to happen. But I mean, they say you're not supposed to think like that. You're supposed to be all positive.
I mean, yeah, you got to, but you can be positive, but at the same time, keep it real with yourself. That's what I do at least.
That's why I guess you can try to be that person or that situation, or what's the word? You can just be that image or situation or whatever to defeat the stereotype of what people think about. Because you know what? When you think 60 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
like, people who were married stayed married forever. Like, I feel like some of the things that come in contact when it plays somewhat of a role in causing divorces is like how certain things are operated in today's generation, such as like social media sites. It's so you can go onto Instagram and see so many bad jinx on there,
Right.
and it's like the temptation. It's like you have way more option to just see what's out there, even when you have something that you like and you love and this and that. But it's like there's so much option out there, and you're able to see that through these social sites and through text messages, and it's easy. It's so easy to step out on your marriage and really have something with somebody else that can cause stuff like that. Because back then, I mean, obviously, I think if you're going to cheat, then you're going to cheat. If you want to dip and dab here and there, you're going to dip and dab here and there.
Right.
But it's just, I feel like back then, I don't know, it just seemed like it was working more, like marriages and relationships. It was more genuine back then.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people lack now is like genuality. It's hard to like establish who's genuine and who's not genuine and what's worth putting effort into because of who's genuine and whatnot.
Man, relationships, it can really I just feel like you just gotta make sure whenever you get into an actual relationship, just make sure you have yourself together. Know where you are, know where you want to be, and just know just your place, and just you have to just know where you want to go within a relationship, and just have an idea of what you're even doing in the first place. So, man. But on that note, are you talking to somebody? You got a little thing,
You really just asked me that over the radio. I plead the fifth.
Oh, plead the fifth. Interesting. See, I told y'all Marcus is a player.
I'm not a player, I'm just very reserved. I'm like Drake, and I'm like Drake Jr. in a sense. I'm very private with what I do.
He's very private,
Yeah, I'm a very private person.
But I don't know. It's just I don't know. I asked that because I don't know.
Speaking of which, look who just Snapchatted me. Yay! It goes down in the DMs for real.
It's going down in the DM. Do it go down? Oh wait, no, I ain't going. I'm gonna say.
You don't go down in my DMs. I wish. Back when I first signed up on Twitter, it went down in my DMs all the time because it's just like.
Oh, it's always on Twitter. That's another story. It's
like,
just back when Twitter was DMs. It ain't what I want.
Because back in Twitter, like when I took like. They called them TwitCons. Like when I took good pictures or whatever, and I set them as my TwitCon, like people will follow me, like, oh my god, you're so cute. They're DM me. Like I legit, it's crazy because I met this girl. She goes here now, but she's gay now. Like, but this is like in high school. She was a freshman. I was a sophomore. She went to one school. I went to another, and like we just started straight talking over Twitter. All this. She was messing with somebody else too, low key. But I was like, oh man. But now, like, she go to the school now, like, she a full-blown dyke, bro.
I'm
like,
girl
dang.
Who, I wasn't interested in her, but she was interested in me, but she went and turned gay, and, she was like a little boy and this and that. Like, it's crazy. But, shout out to everybody who, y'all transition. We support that. If that's what you want to do and that's what you love, then we support you. But, another... a little situation. What if like you was talking to a girl who would you ever consider being the side piece?
Heck no.
Or have you ever been a side piece?
I have, and I'm like that it doesn't fly with me, like not one bit. Cause at the same time,
I found out I was a side piece. That's so sad. We just got these like
these sad stories.
They played us.
I've been played countless times, but at the same time, like, I ain't about to be nobody's side piece. Cause at the same time, it's like I know. It's like I know what I deserve, and I'm not about to like dehumanize myself just so I can be something you come to when in need. Like, nah, it don't fly like that.
They're like, oh, I'm a side piece.
Shoot, I'm not.
Nobody don't gotta know. I get the bonus of being in a relationship when we're not really in a relationship. Okay, I'm with that. Some people like that. And me, I don't really do well when it happened. I really wasn't that kind of person's out there really being wild, loose, messing with everybody and all this and that. Like, that wasn't me. And once I put two and two together after the relationship, I realized, you know what? I was just the little side, side little piece. But you know what? It's cool because you know better. You gonna make better decisions.
One of these episodes, I'm gonna talk about how women can be players. Contradict the stereotype that men ain't.
I say that on really almost every other.
Everybody can be playing. Oh yeah, men do this, men do that. Y'all do the same thing. I am not trying to hear it.
Yeah, the women they think they real slick though.
That's the thing.
It's like these niggas ain't loyal. No, y'all not loyal most of the time.
I said y'all must have never seen what's that video with Ronald Isley, Contagious, him and R. Kelly. My son was being faithful. Mr. Biggs was being faithful, and what happened? He walked in on R. Kelly banging his girl.
Oh wait, is that the
So contagious, touch me, baby. Is that one? Yeah.
Give me what you got. Everybody knew the lyrics. See, in R. Kelly, it's like everybody know the lyrics of really what R. Kelly was into, because you got Trapped in the Closet, and then you got that song, which is the Contagious. Like, R. Kelly makes some good acting songs.
Yeah.
You can really go into that everybody knows. But man, that's relationships. That's definitely something to.
I'm gonna touch upon another aspect of that in a later episode.
So that's definitely something to look forward to.
Hey man, I got plenty to say.
Look, Marcus.
Still mad you try to put me on blast. I know I'm gonna hear this later. You and your whole little radio personality. Oh, so you wasn't gonna shout me out? I'm like, oh my god.
See, soon,
somebody gonna tell me that.
Look, somebody gonna hear this and be like, you know what? That sounds like a good, messy, potential situation. I would see if he's want to get into a reality show. Because you said you ain't like it. They going to offer you.
Man.
You going to pay your whole tuition and put $50,000 in your pockets if we do your whole little life in the reality show. Got
shoot. I mean, they offering that. Shoot. I take that. I get back. I love reality shows.
Just after episode.
Hey, it's tuition. My mom say, hey, look, my mom's saving money. 50,000 in my pocket. I bet.
Like, look, let them film your life and film them girls fight each other for 50,000. Come on.
50,000. Oh, yeah, I'll take that up in a second. You can film me. I don't do much, but still film me.
That's why you gotta be careful, especially when you do them reality shows. They get you, they get your main thing, and then they get another thing that was a thing, and then they find another thing to put her in the whole triangle. It's a new square now. And you have not a triangle relationship, but like a whole complete square to where everybody and their mama is like, oh, I talked to Marcus. I talked to Marcus. What? You mother? And then this shit's going to be straight up just world
have you ever seen the show Lincoln Heights?
Lincoln Heights. Oh, it sounds familiar. What?
The show about the cop who, about the black cop. He had a family. He bought this crack house and we renovated it, and like he lives there with his family now.
It's a show or a movie?
It's a show.
I might have seen it. It sounds really familiar.
You gotta watch it. Check it out. Anyway, this is actor on there. That's my bae. If anybody who's listening, they watch Lincoln Heights. Lizzie from Lincoln Heights. That's bae. I'm not going to say her name, but Lizzie from Lincoln Heights.
Lizzie from Lincoln Heights.
If anybody's wondering, that's my bae.
That's his bae.
Yeah.
What is Lizzie doing? What if she made her transition? What if she's like a dom now?
No, bro, that's my chick. I wouldn't mess with her if she's a dom now.
Yo,
she's
what
mine
if every
now.
girl, not you in particular, but every girl someone talks to turns into a dom? Like,
I mean, that's
you got that power. Like, hey,
that's kind of having, like, the way I look at it, like,
for you.
No, I'm saying, like, they haven't turned into doms, but in a sense, it's like every chick that like did me wrong. Example, Carmen. Now they ain't switched over. It's like something happened to them. Like, I don't know if I want to say this because I know somebody might get upset, but I don't care. I'm gonna say what I want. Anyways,
exclusive.
Like one of my exes or whatever, she cheated on me, and then got in a relationship with the dude she cheated me on with. And this is like back when I was a freshman in college. Well, like at the end of my freshman year in college. Anyway, she goes to Morgan now, and it's kind of like she done she's not. Let's just I'm gonna just leave it at she
lost her ways. She lost her looks.
Yeah, she doesn't look the same as she did when she was with me. When she was with me, she was like, I was like, yeah, that's my dime piece. Now I was like, oh yeah, I ain't about to be seen in public with you. You got me fucked up.
That's how I felt with I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do a video on the certain situation, but that's kind of like it's the other way around.
Right.
Like it was a situation where I was with this girl and I didn't want things to continue to go the way it was gonna go because she didn't. I don't want to say she didn't look the best, but it was like, don't you know when people say, "Oh yeah, she bad, I got a dime piece." I ain't downplaying women and their looks. You all are beautiful.
All women are beautiful.
But you know, in this situation, it's just I wasn't feeling it. But once the situation went on, you know, to other, you see, I'm trying to like beat around it because I'm gonna do a video on it in the future, and I'll be able to refer back to this episode. But yeah, let's just say she really came through and looked completely different. I was like, oh.
Quick side note, that's her.
From the Link show.
Yeah.
She looks.
Well, she didn't look like that's how she looks
she
now.
Like Waka Flocka. She remind me of Waka Flocka.
Shit.
Wife.
Ew.
You know what? Waka
I know.
Flocka?
Yeah, I know. Of course, I know. Who doesn't know Waka Flocka?
I'm talking about his girl.
Yeah, I know you talking about though. Yeah.
Waka. Now that's another story. But
It is another story for another time.
but you know what? We getting deep all into it. But that time has come, man.
Oh man.
Already, that time has come. And so we went and got deep into relationships, scenarios.
Somebody gonna eat off this episode.
Somebody see we done got Marcus in trouble.
Oh well,
Marcus in
I don't
trouble.
care. I'm gonna still say what I want.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is, just saying. Yeah, if anybody knows me, they know. If anybody knows me, they know me well. Y'all know I just say whatever comes to mind. You know that.
All right, so wait, hold on, I got something.
Uh-oh. Girl, I'm about to have a fit, and it's about to be some. Why did I end up like this? Should have never came home with this. That's my song. I'm gonna bump that later.
I have something. So you're gonna talk in the middle of while this plays to the mess. This will be the message that you want to put out there. So whenever those individuals will hear it,
Mm-hmm.
they can listen to this message and find peace within whatever you just said within this episode that might not sit well with them. So you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Oh, you trying to be funny, huh?
Still not a player. Roy Marcus. Go let them ladies know what's happening.
Listen, ladies. I ain't gonna put my number out here because the people gonna call me. Look, man, if you ever want great conversation, I'm a great conversationalist. Let me not say this. This is gonna get me in so much. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I know I'm gonna hear somebody's mom. Imagine if my mom hear this. Marcus, what you out there at Morgan doing? I told you it's too many distractions. I ain't about to say nothing. This is my song though. I ain't a player. I just crush a lot. I'm not even a player.
You know what? I think usually we end off with our
A motivational note. This supposed to be.
motivational.
Is this supposed to be motivational?
No, motivational. Be on your right. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't be messy. And
Yes. Don't be messy.
don't be. You know what? That's it. Just don't be messy. That's where I stand with that. Don't be messy.
Don't be messy.
So, until next time. So before we officially sign off, where should people locate you?
If you guys looking for me, catch me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at the So Far Gone Kid. That's TheSoFarGonekid. The So Far Gone Kid. To make it short, just think of Drake's mixtape So Far Gone, and then put the and kid.
The Kid.
The So Far Gone Kid.
See, it makes you kind of remember because you think of that was a good little mixtape. But you can find me at J_Benera. That's JAE_BENEAR. That's me almost anywhere. You can find me under that name. You can even search it up and find my YouTube videos under that name. But originally, you can look up my YouTube stuff at www.youtube.com/confusedstyleofart. That's not hard to spell. Obviously, somebody probably out there like, I don't know how to spell that. When you want to spell it, it's cool. It's cool. That's CONFUSTEDSTYLEOFART. So until next time, guys, don't be messy. But we just some original chill guys just giving their point of views on certain situations and just touching on some real stuff. And we want to be that outlet that you can come to and feel like you got a friend and you legit talking to us and we chilling.
Right.
So
if you ever want a friend, hit me up on IG.
See, here go the player. He's saying. Until next time. See, I got the words mixed up. Until next time, I'm your host, Jay.
Oh, I'm bugging, and I'm your co-host, Marcus.
You all over the place. Until next time, this is Uncommon View.
Peace out.